say, okay? Okay.
I'm Natalie and this is James, and this is our home, Zephyr. We have been sailing around the world for the past 4 years, and now we have got a couple of stowaways on board. Meet Flint and Kira, 2 puppy Weimaraners that are joining the adventure. Subscribe and welcome to our channel, Sailing Zephyr. This week we bid farewell to Great Sail Cay and start making our way to Hawksbill Cay in the Abacos. It feels amazing to be sailing in shallow, clear water in such short distances.
There's our friends Odessa, about to pull their main up. Well, we just put our sails out just to give us a little bit of help. Got the beautiful main. Let's check the Jenny here. Woo! Look at that! Hook's down and we have made it to Foxtown and Hawksbill Cay. We're anchored right in between, closer to Hawksbill Cay because we got north winds coming tonight. And this honestly feels like the first bit of paradise we finally hit. We're in the Abacos proper, which is amazing. And we're gonna get the dinghy in the water, take the dogs around the other side of this Hawksbill Cay island, take them for a walk. They haven't had one for a day, so let's get them out there.
Once in the dinghy, time to go and say hi to our buddy boat friends in Odessa and then head in to explore the island. We have arrived at the beach.
We have arrived at the beach.
These guys swam in because they couldn't wait to get there. And I'm being brought in.
This is far to go, ladies.
With the dawn of a new day, our journey continues as we set course for Manjack Cay. Okay, go. There's our boat. Looking good. Dinger. Jane's doing all the work. Look at that.
Yeah.
Full of water.
I was like, why can't I pull the dinghy off the beach?
So where are we?
We are at Manjack or Nanjack Cay. It can be called both, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're the island just north of Green Turtle Cay.
Nice. Nice. Still tons of water coming out. There's some really cool trails to explore here that lead over to the Atlantic side beaches. Needless to say, we took advantage of the beautiful day and spent the day outdoors.
Wow! Look at that!
So beautiful!
Alright guys, so we're getting ready. We're about to head off. We're going to head to Green Turtle Cay and ride out this southerly blow we've got coming. We've got 30, 35 knots. I'm sure we're going to get gusts higher. but we need to seek some shelter before this storm comes, and we're kind of running out of time. It's crept up on us pretty darn quick. Ideally, we'd like to be further south and we can go into a place like Marsh Harbor, but we can't get past the Whale Cut Key because of the current sea state out there and how rubbish the weather's been. So, Green Turtle Cay, what's it all about? Well, Green Turtle Cay is divided into two sounds. It's got a north sound, which is called White Sound, and it's got a southern sound, which is called Black Sound. So White Sound and Black Sound. Black Sound, which would probably be more ideal because it's a southerly blow, unfortunately is all moorings. So there's no way we can get in there. And then White Sound does have moorings, but there's a big open area that we can anchor as well. There is mixed reports about the holding. Some people say great, no problem, held in big blows. Others have said we've dragged. So of course we'll have to make sure that we do our best to get that hook set properly. That's the plan. We're gonna get ready to go. White Sound, Green Turtle Cay, let's go. All right, well, good evening, guys. So, quick update. You may or may not have seen on the news at the time, but there is a huge cold front sweeping from the southeast of the US through the Bahamas, and we're getting smashed with a lot of wind. It's expected to blow very hard tonight, but we are anchored very well. I dove on the anchor. It's really dug, so I'm not too worried. We're on a scope of just over 10 to 1. And we got lots of space to swing. So we got our mates, you probably can't see them back here, Odessa. They're in a similar situation. They're all steadfast, good to go. We'll do a quick check now just on the anchor before we cook some dinner and settle down for a bit. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, you can see the bridle. Probably be sleeping with one eye open, as always when we have really bad weather. But yeah, doggos are good, Nat's good. Sometimes a good thing about being hunkered down when there's bad weather is you get a chance to do all the things that you don't kind of put off. Things are really kicking off now. This is the worst part of the storm. We were expecting this. There's some lightning going on. The wind is roaring. Of course, it always sounds worse at night. Let's do a quick check of the anchor.
When James finished his checks, it was around 1:45 in the morning. At this point, we are only getting gusts of 27 knots with a steady constant wind at 25 knots. But then at 2 a.m., we start getting gusts of 35 knots, and this happens. We start to drag. James is driving the boat whilst I am getting our snubber off and picking up anchor. Of course, when something like this happens, it feels like nothing goes your way. At this point, we only have one head torch as one flies off my head whilst I'm pulling the anchor up, and the navigational charts are not starting up. It's just full of grass.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Okay, considering picking up the mooring ball,
Okay.
you think we can do that?
I'm gonna need this torch.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a torch. The mooring ball I want to go for.
Okay.
You're gonna need a line. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you in a second here.
I've got one here.
No, I think I'm thinking of this one straight ahead. What I want you to do is there's a really new one back over here. Okay.
Yeah, this one looks good.
Does it? Does it have a blue stripe or something on it? What does it look like, Nat? Does it have a stripe on it or anything? Alright, I'm just gonna fall off. Come back here. Alright, we're gonna re-anchor, okay? I think it's the safest thing to do. I'm gonna come around again. We're gonna drop what I say, okay?
Otherwise it's not gonna At this point, I need to clean the anchor as best I can so that it is able to dig once again.
Okay.
I get the boat hook out and begin cleaning.
Okay, honey, drop 3.
Now?
Yeah. Okay, honey, whenever you're ready. We tried to get this on camera, but it didn't work. We just had a pretty big anchoring failure here. Doggies were in bed, Nat was in bed, but she was awake because I was talking to her from the nav station. I was just sitting at the nav station, I was reviewing weather on Nat's phone, and I had the anchor watch going here, and all of a sudden I just kind of like felt the boat go light for a little bit, and then I looked down at the app and we dragged like 30 odd feet, and yeah, our anchor popped out of the holding. We think it recaught, we're not 100% sure, but yeah, we basically popped and dragged for between 30 to 40 feet, and it's blowing a hoolie. Nat ran up to the bow, pulled off the snubber, pulled up the anchor, and we managed to reset, but yeah, pretty freaking scary, wasn't it, Bev? So yeah, but it's pretty crazy. Like, I could, Nat was up there on the bow, she's trying to do the snubber and trying to direct me to pull up the anchor, which direction to drive, and it's blowing 30 knots. I could hardly hear her, but we got it up, and then there's other boats, so, but luckily we managed to get it down, but needless to say, our nerves are a little rattled. We haven't actually had a big anchor pop drag like that in quite a few years. It's been a while, hasn't it, Nat?
Yeah. When we had the 50-knot wind come through and we popped.
Oh, in the berries.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. So that's so that was a couple years ago, so that's right. Yeah, that would have been the last time, but that was daylight. You could see what we were doing. In the night is always quite dangerous, and it's a little bit of a restricted space we're in here, but we managed to get it down. So yeah, needless to say, we won't be sleeping for the next little while, and we're glued to our anchor watch. So, but the puppos are both back down. Flinty's already asleep. He's like, why are you waking me up? Yeah, I'm gonna get some coffee on the go, and needless to say, we're gonna be up all night.
All right, so after the most horrible night's sleep, after popping our anchor and dragging and having to re-anchor in crazy windy conditions, it must have been blowing 30 knots. It's gusting to 35 at least.
Yeah, that's the first time we've re-anchored in over 30 knots of wind.
Yeah.
So, in the dark.
In the dark,
Nobody
and
light.
We figured that the reason it popped was because we're in kind of like seagrass. We thought we had got it on a sandy patch and you dove on it, but I guess there must have been seagrass all of, like, it was a small area, right? So
yeah, it actually just ripped a whole hole out of the ground. So
yeah, which I feel really bad about actually, because I don't like disrupting seagrass areas. Unfortunately, we were in a bit of a pressure cooker situation where we had to find somewhere that was going to protect us from the southerly blow, and this was the only area. And then when we got in here, there was only seagrass all around us, so we did try and put it in a sandy area. James has since then dove the anchor when we re-anchored, and I don't know how, but in the middle of the night, we managed to put it on a massive sandy patch, which is unheard of, right? Like, you can't see, I'm just dropping it down wherever. So anyway, so that's done. We're gonna take the dogs for a walk. The wind has totally died. I know now the northern United States is getting like what we got, and 10 times worse, I think. So I'm just glad it's over, and I hope everybody up there is okay, because it is quite violent when it does come through. We didn't do much filming. We're gonna go now and go to some shops and walk around. I think there's like a little mini market happening, so we're gonna go and do that with our friends from Odessa. So here we go.
Behind me you have the historic New Plymouth, founded in 1786. You can see our friends Dan and Amber and their dog Crystal, who just turned 112 years old today. Woohoo! We're gonna go check out this cool little town and see what it has to offer.
And then we gotta climb back up this steep hill.
If you'd like to be a part of the journey and become a patron, go to the link you see here on the screen. Another way you can support us is by hitting that subscribe button.
You say